Hey everyone, Maddie from DCLblogger.com. Wanted to start sharing some content from the beta, right? So we've finally been told that we can start to share more content as they're going to start rolling out the beta testing for more and more people. I think they wanted to start small to just kind of stress test the platform. So as soon as like 5 to 10 people were online, if they were having issues with data loading for everyone, now it seems to be going pretty smooth. So you can expect it to roll out to more and more people. Remember to sign up for an avatar. You don't have to pay for a name. You can just sign up for an avatar for free and you'll be in the list that it will slowly start to get rolled out to. And I expect them going to be opening the world for way more people in the next coming months. So right now what I'm going to do is explore Decentraland Genesis Plaza. So we just spawned right in the center. This is 0, coordinates at the moment. This is Center Genesis Plaza. This is just going to be one of many videos I'm going to be doing. And each time I'll be trying to explore different places within Decentraland that's been deployed at the moment. Mind you, Sam from Toonpunk from Decentraland, the admin, also Sam, he's told me that only a small percentage of stuff has really been deployed at the moment. So there's still a lot more to be deployed within Decentraland. So what I'll be showing you is really just the bare bones basic stuff that has currently been deployed, just so we have a place to explore at the moment. Apologies in advance if you can hear my laptop kind of, shitting itself because of how hard it's being worked. I'm running a MacBook Retina display. It's pretty basic, nothing really that powerful. It's running pretty fluid in my computer so far. But anyway, let's explore. So this is Central Genesis Plaza, and there's a bunch of different things here to explore. I believe they're going for a bit of a chilled out, relaxed, peaceful theme over here, mostly with the the first stuff that they allowed us to build with the drag and drop builder. So there's a bunch of different things here. What I was shocked at mostly was the size of the plaza. This is just one, pardon me, this is just one of like 8. There's 9 Genesis plazas, right? So you can see we're at the top over here. It's quite damn big. Like this is just one Genesis Plaza, one square on the Genesis City minimap. It's pretty big from what I feel, right? And there's going to be different, I feel like this is going to be where people will spawn, and there'll be different AI and people set up over here to navigate or to show people what to do within Decentraland. There's already thousands of people that have signed up to Decentraland, either have claimed their name or even as guests. I believe there's tens of thousands, as opposed to what has been said in the AMA, as to people that have signed up as guests. So we can expect at least, I mean, like, even if we get 1,000 people in here at the same time, that's pretty damn big. I don't think many VR worlds have thousands of people in them at the moment, or online worlds, not VR at the moment. But let's kind of move out to the outskirts of Decentraland. It looks kind of simple. Decentraland seems to have a very simple build. I believe it's just so that they can, work on the load issues later. If they make everything very complex and, it takes a lot of data to download, then they're going to have even more issues. So they'll probably delay beta even more. So just, I think, to make that less of an issue, they've kind of gone with a simple build at the moment. And as people kind of go on getting to Decentraland and it's open and everything's working fine, then I feel like they can work on refining and making things better. I think we're still like 6 months to a year, or maybe even more, out till people start seeing some seriously awesome content everywhere around Decentraland. So I'm going to take you right out to the outskirts. You can see things start to load. This is, you might be able to recognize that logo, by the way. Hey, it's our boy DCL Plazas. So it's kind of got a parcel right here on the outskirts of Decentraland. So this is the double road that kind of neighbors Decentraland. That neighbors Center Genesis Plaza. This is another area you can enter from. You can see there's 2 really big statues over here. Kind of looks pretty cool, like a carnival type thing. You can imagine if there's a lot of people here in different events within Decentraland Genesis City alone. So at the Genesis Plaza, there'll be a lot of things to do. It's a lot more fun when there's people here. On the outskirts, you have this double road that we all know surrounds each Genesis Plaza, and usually lands connected to the Center Genesis Plazas are pretty good, right? They're pretty expensive. So Center Genesis Plaza has lands that have been sold historically. Well, in the auction, the cheapest one sold were, I think, maybe 150,000 mana, upwards to even 600,000 mana. But right now, since the marketplace has been open, we've seen some sales from a couple of 100,000 mana for people that have gotten lucky, all the way up to 700,000 mana for lands connected to this double road over here. And you can see, and DCL Plaza gives us an example, because they've got a land connected straight to Center Genesis Plaza, that he can kind of market his project, right? It's under construction. There's still a bunch of things to do, and you can build a lot here. But I think this is one parcel size, and you can kind of see the visibility that this has from Center Genesis. So you have this right here, and you can imagine there's going to be a lot of people exploring here, since this is the place that they're going to spawn from. So if Decentraland grows to even 1/10 of the size it wants to, and it gets, you know, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people exploring Decentraland at any given time, which will be a big thing if that ever happens, then I feel like lands connected to Center Genesis will actually have quite a lot of visibility. You can see some lands have deployed, many lands have not. Again, there's still a lot to be deployed here within Decentraland, so we are just seeing like a very small amount of stuff, and as maybe in the coming month or two, they're going to be deploying a lot more things. But even I feel like lands connected to other Genesis plazas will still hold their value. At the moment, the cheapest one you can probably get is about 60 to 70,000 mana for a land connected to one of the other Genesis plazas, and I used to think that used to be overvalued, but now looking back, I feel, now looking at this and being exposed to what this world may look like, I feel that it is, there is value there. Okay, there's value there in terms of visibility if that starts to have the foot traffic that we want. Because as you can see, it's kind of rare for people to walk in here and start to go exploring in this vast wilderness of open land. Like, there's not much you can see here unless you have some parcels that are really good at showing what they have to offer from afar. Then you are going to struggle to have foot traffic, at least for lands that are kind of in the middle of nowhere. So you can see in this, you can imagine in the south part, there is teleporting, by the way. So you can type in the coordinates that you want to visit, and it'll take you straight to the parcel. So there is ways, if you have events and stuff that you want to market, Decentraland will be launching some kind of a home page where they'll be showing events happening within Decentraland. So if you don't want to benefit from if you don't really care about the foot traffic and you have your own way of marketing your work, then it doesn't really matter if you're connected to roads. I guess this is a different way to get people to view your stuff. But for example, okay, so we are in the northwest, I think, right now. I don't even know where we are, but you can see it's just open land. Oh wait, what? This is, my bad. I think it's reloading Center Genesis. Okay, so we're back in the middle. My bad. But that's what it looked like. Imagine what I saw before, like openness, right? So that's what it's going to look like. So unless you have some land that... There is going to be flying also. So maybe flying will open up some visibility. As you can fly, you'll be able to maybe see a lot more land from a bird's eye perspective. So that might show more. But as far as right now, I didn't want to cover too much. This is just Center Genesis and the outskirts of lands and what it's going to look like. This is not very realistic design, so it really depends what you're into. Decentraland seems to have a very kind of poly art gaming view and vibe. But as time goes on, people have been building some more realistic designs. It's really up to whoever wants to build what. Like, you can build realistic designs, you can build poly art designs, but in time it'll be, hopefully there's going to be like a whole Genesis city that'll be a lot more realistic. That'll be really cool, and you have more of like a cyberpunk realistic gaming theme with, you know, bowling alleys and table tennis sports and all that kind of stuff. But as Decentraland evolves, and I'm actually a lot more positive on the potential of Decentraland just based on the size. I was really thinking they're going to have issues with the size of the lands just because they're not big enough. And, you know, before they were 10 by 10 meters, and Genesis City would have been, I believe, 1/4, maybe 1/3 of this size. So, but now just looking at it, it's just massive since we voted for the lands to be increased. But anyway, there's some content for you guys. I will be releasing a lot more in time, exploring different parts of Decentraland and what has been launched so far. I didn't really want to go through all of Genesis City, Genesis Plaza, or at least the Center Genesis Plaza at the moment, because I wanted to leave you guys to kind of explore some of the parts yourselves, but for the most part, this is what it is at the moment. It's taking shape, as you can see. It's a lot more fun when more people are here and we're chatting and having fun. But people that have lands on the outskirts, they can build all kinds. Is that mine? No, it's not mine. That is another build that someone's done. Seems to be some kind of a robot monster type thing, but let's see how many parcels it's on. Is that a single parcel? Because if it is, that's pretty cool. No, it's not. It's on, could be a 3x3. 3x3s and 2x2s I feel like will have a lot of value. So again, this is a land connected to Center Genesis, just off the double road, and the visibility is a lot more better. It's just a simple scene someone's built, but that's pretty cool, I have to admit. This is a simple scene someone has built, but you can imagine it could be like a big tower with saying sports, and you can go in there and play all kinds of games. What's this over here? Okay, it's just I think it's something from the drag and drop builder. Space bar to jump, but anyway, it's taking shape as we are slowly deploying things, but I don't think it will be one of those things that once it does open, well, it might be in the sense that I do know that we all know there's an SDK hackathon coming up, and I feel like Decentraland haven't even started pushing this out, guys. And they've said that they've already got a couple of hundred people signed up. And, you know, if we've already had 30, 40 submissions from the previous private hackathon, so I can imagine this having at least a few hundred submissions. I think they're gunning for 1,000 more custom scene submissions. So if we get anywhere even near that, even a few hundred custom scenes and deploy them within Decentraland, imagine entering Decentraland straight away having hundreds of things you can check out. But I'm not really fussed about it having everything once it's deployed straight away, because I do know that these things take time to kind of build out, and everyone collaborating and more developers getting involved and slowly building things and sharing their things and attracting more development. It'll take a good year or two to start filling out and looking and being a place where you can explore every day and have a lot more new things to explore. So we've gone from 2 years from a concept to all of this content, having a community, and now they're starting to push out, and I feel like the momentum is going to increase. So it's really going to be like the next 6 months to a year is really going to show how quick and fast the development in terms of what we can see in Decentraland is going to move. Make sure you do have an avatar. Once again, you're going to be in the list as they roll out the beta. I think they're going to roll it out to hundreds more people soon, and even thousands in the next 2 to 3 months as they're testing it in private beta still. I don't know when it's going to go public, but as long as you are signed up, you'll be one of the early ones to check out Decentraland. I'm kind of the only one at the moment because I think everyone's asleep in America right now. But this is Center Genesis. I will be going through some other stuff in some other videos.